How many? How many? How many? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. What did I get up to?
Good evening and welcome to the NFL Draft.
Hello everyone and welcome to a special draft edition of How Many? That's right, we're recording this the week that the NFL Draft is here in Jerry World, Dallas, Texas.
Yes, as far as I can remember, the first time it's been here in Dallas, DFW area, even though technically I guess it's in Arlington. I can't recall any other NFL drafts happen. They've all happened in New York before this.
Yeah.
I think there's only been the last 2 years they've moved out of New York. They had Chicago and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then this year.
So this is
See,
it.
I would have sworn that it would have been someplace like Atlanta or something like that. Like, I could have sworn a southern city was...
Yeah, I think they've always done it in New York, and now then they're trying to, the NFL is in the process of they're trying to make the sport a 12-month,
Yes.
event in sport. So, anyway, I am Jesse Jackson, joining me as we discuss all things sports.
I'm Bob Bland.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Junior.
And so we are going to talk about, since it's kind of a fun sports time of year, we have the NFL Draft, we have the Rangers, who are terrible, and NBA playoffs. So, hey, Junior, Bob, how's your Spurs doing?
Okay, so things are not very good in Spurs land right now.
Right.
So far, Kawhi Leonard has decided to go ahead and vacation during the Spurs playoff run this year. He has been out since probably, December was the last time he actually played a game?
I thought January, yeah. He played like 9 games and then
decided, hey, you know what? My leg hurts. I'm going to go ahead and just stay home and collect this $19 million check and not even bother to come to the games and support the team. Can't even bother to sit on the bench and cheer his team on. So
probably didn't even send flowers to Pop.
Yeah.
When his wife died.
Yeah, didn't even send a condolence text to Pop after Aaron Brockovich passed away suddenly, unexpectedly, or Popovich, I guess. All things are pointing to Kawhi probably bolting to Los Angeles next season and forcing the hand of a trade. So hopefully the Spurs will get some decent prospects out of this and some decent draft picks, but I have a feeling we're going to get hosed on it as normal. Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, they have no leverage. Everybody knows, for one, that the Spurs can't keep him, and for two, his value can't be that high because everybody's like, well, heck, if he did that to them, he might bail on us too if he's shaky with his injury.
He is going to pretty much tell everybody, if you do trade for me, unless you're Los Angeles, I'm probably not going to sign with you. So he's making the amount of teams that will trade for him very marginal, and it's going to make for a very difficult trade. But I guess we could kind of let him play this next season, pay him the other $19 million we owe him, and then just kind of hope for the best that maybe he'll decide to re-sign with us, but more than likely he's gone.
If they keep him, he's probably still going to be, I don't think my leg's ready. He'll probably just lay out next year, too.
So obviously, Jesse, you hit a very sore spot with us today.
So, but at least you guys have a great coach.
So I know he's got 5 titles, but...
Well, Tim Duncan has 5 titles.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think those are more Timmy's responsibility than his. I think actually Popovich has cost us 2 titles that we should have had because of poor coaching and poor decision making. We should have 7 titles and not 5.
But let's see. Yeah, well, I'd say 8 actually. There's 3 that they had that they missed out on. You got the .4,
.4, which was in 2004. when Derek Fisher hit the game-winning shot with 0.4 seconds left, he decided to put Manu Ginobili on him. Bad decision, coach.
And
here they go. They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer. It'll have to be reviewed. They'll review it. They'll review it. The Lakers are going to run to the dressing room, and they'll try to get on the plane before the officials can get over to the scorer's table.
Boy,
oh,
it was
my
close.
God.
We got to take a look at it, but I got to tell you, live, it looked good.
then you've got the and one.
Again, another Manu Ginobili mess up.
And
so
then,
Popovich should not have had Ginobili on the court either one of those times.
And the
more
20,
bad decision,
and the
coach.
Pinsky goes right at Bowen. And the foul! Dirk Nowitzki rising when it matters most.
15 collapse in the finals.
So on that one, he decided to take Duncan out, his best rebounder, to play three-point defense. And the three-pointer was missed. What happens next? The Heat get an offensive rebound, pass it back out to Ray Allen for a game-winning three. Cost us the championship.
So
we had it in the
left
bag.
on the table.
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, how many Super Bowls has Belichick won without Tom Brady? It's the same question. I mean, they're two of a kind. They're riding coattails. It's like Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson always had to have the best players. Never won squat without them.
It will be interesting to see when Tom Brady retires and Belichick moves on to another coaching position, if he ends up being able to have the same kind of success he had.
He won't.
Obviously, Popovich has not been able to duplicate it since Duncan has retired.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same thing with Jimmy.
But condolences to the loss of his wife.
Stay hard,
Yeah,
Aaron.
stay hard, Aaron Popovich.
Maybe, I guess she's going to be in Heaven's first-round draft pick as a segue for your topic.
Yes. So thank you for sharing your heartfelt frustration with the Spurs.
So, yeah, sports sucks.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, for us it does. The Rangers
Yeah.
suck. The Cowboys had a terrible season last season.
Yes.
Stars
failed. Didn't
Yeah,
even make the playoffs.
They said this, this calendar year or this season, right? When you include the Cowboys, what would have been the 2017 season,
Yeah.
right? They had, the Rangers didn't make the playoffs. The Mavs didn't make the playoffs. The Stars didn't make the playoffs. Nor did the Cowboys.
Yeah, over.
Yeah. So
difficult time to be in DFW right now.
absolutely.
The Cowboys should bounce back.
Well, we're hoping. All right. So talking of glory days.
And glory hole.
I thought as the NFL draft is happening, I wanted to go through your Dallas Cowboys. Over the last 57 years, they have picked 54 players in the first round. Now, if they didn't have a first round pick, because for a while there, they loved trading down their first round picks and used to irritate me.
Yeah,
to
mid
no
2000s
end.
especially, they were
Yeah.
really bad about that.
Yeah, there was one year they traded like 6 first-rounders for Roy Williams. You remember that?
That's a
The receiver, Roy Williams, not the safety.
Yeah.
That's a philosophy I have never understood. Like we're gonna trade down. It's like, what's the point? Take the best guy at the position and move on.
Kind of overthinking it.
Well, yeah, they go, okay, well, if we can get our same guy and save a little money.
Well, the thought is you trade down, you get maybe an extra second or third round pick.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, instead of having, 2, really good players, maybe we'll get 3 kind of good players,
Yes, absolutely.
Still, it's
In
Yeah.
the hopes that same player will be there whenever they draft in the
Right.
second
Yeah.
round or further in the first round.
All right, so of the 54, okay, I want to discuss how many are great, that were smart picks, I guess. They were great
54.
picks.
Like
Or-
first round quality.
yeah,
like they
first round
played
quality.
to the level of a first round.
we're
Yeah.
talking just first pick, first round. It's like not okay. We're able to get somebody at the bottom of
Yeah.
Well,
trading and down and
Anywhere in the first round.
Yeah,
Anywhere in the first round. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Yeah.
So you
so
said
if it's somebody that they drafted that played for 6 or 7 years and they weren't terrible, but it's like, you know.
I think he should at least be a Pro Bowler.
In
that could be
the Pro Bowl yesterday.
See, like I would think somebody like Greg Ellis. I don't know if he ever made a Pro Bowl, but he was a solid contributor.
I would definitely count him, but let's wait till we get to
Okay, so you said there's 54 total?
54 players.
Okay, so I guess I'll start.
Yes.
I will say of those 54, 25 were worthy of being a first-round pick.
Okay. Scott?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to go lower than that. I'm going to go 19.
Okay. Bob?
I'll say 20.
Okay. If you had asked me, and I have not counted, but I have did the research, I would have maybe said at best half, which is 27.
Okay, so you're pretty close with me then.
Yeah, I mean, so...
So I'm a little baller.
All right, so we're going to start out with controversy. Bob Lilly.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Anybody that's already in the Ring of Honor is probably fast tracked into this.
And Bob Lilly is consistently thought of as like one of the maybe top 3 Cowboys ever.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Two is greasy, and the first quarter is just about done. 3rd down and 9 with 13 seconds remaining on the clock. The Dolphins moving into this wind that at times reaches 25 miles an hour. Warfield left. Greasy forced to scramble. He's down inside the 10-yard line, and Bob Lilly has him. Greasy, of course, is a fine athlete, but here's one of the best ones around. Number 74 is Lilly.
In 62, they had no pick. 63, Leroy Jordan.
Leroy Jordan, yes.
Leroy Jordan, definitely.
Yes. Next, 64, Scott Appleton.
No. Not familiar.
Okay.
I remember the name. And
quarterback, lineman?
He was an offensive tackle.
Okay.
Next, 65, Craig Morton.
Yes. I would say yes.
See, this is a good litmus test right here because Craig Morton's a guy that played in the league a long time. Just about anybody who was around back then would remember that name. He even played in the Super Bowl.
Multiple Super Bowls.
But he was always terrible in the Super Bowl, and he was fairly spare. He had a good season here or there, but I would say no.
But in terms of being worth a first-round pick?
He's kind of a prototypical 2nd or 3rd rounder to me.
But if he led a team to a Super Bowl
multiple times,
I would vote yes.
Yeah, I would say
here's
so.
the thing. One of the Super Bowls he went to, he was splitting time with Staubach.
Right.
The other Super Bowl he went to, it was
Denver.
It was Denver, and
he got his.
And they were.
Yeah.
It was.
But he got him there.
Yeah.
Well, the defense got him there, but.
Okay. All right. So I say yes. Junior says yes.
I'm saying no.
I'm saying no. Also.
So hoster's choice.
I'm gonna count it. Okay, John Nyland.
I would say yes.
I don't even know who that is.
What
is he?
He's a lineman.
Yeah, he's a
He
lineman.
was offensive guard, and he was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowler.
But I would say no.
Oh wow.
Really?
I'll defer on this one because I'm not.
Well, because that name doesn't sound straight. I mean,
He was big. He was like the, whatchamacallit, Eric, not Eric.
Eric Williams?
Martin. Zach Martin.
Zach Martin?
Of that era, yeah.
Okay, so
then I'll
you
say
guys
yes.
want to say yes?
Yeah,
I'll
Scott,
say
you're
yes.
yes.
Yeah, I'll say
You're
yes.
yes.
All right.
Nyland, I'm saying yes.
67, no pick.
Pass.
68, Dennis Homan. Defensive end.
Who you calling a Homan?
All right.
Holman?
No.
Not familiar.
All right. Next, 69, Calvin Hill.
Yes.
Okay.
If for no other reason than firing Grant Hill out of his urethra.
Yes. Dwayne Thomas.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, even though his stint with us was short-lived.
Boy, and Tom Landry hated him.
Yes.
And he went to a rival.
Yeah, they hated each other, yeah.
All right, next,
I have to read that book.
Tony
I'll just pass
Smith.
Yeah.
Tody Smith. Tody, T-O-D-Y.
Tody?
Defensive end out of USC.
No.
All right.
Do they sing that song? Do you want
Bill Thomas out of Boston College, a running back.
No.
Okay. Billy Joel Dupree.
Yes.
Yeah.
If for no other reason than that catch he made, right? Or no, that was Butch Johnson. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Billy Joe Dupree was he was the big tight end of the 70s.
Yes.
Yes. 1974, they had the number 1 pick, and a little guy named Ed Too Tall Jones.
Yes.
Very.
Ring of Honor guy.
Let's bring him in.
And in that year, they also had the 22nd pick, a Charlie Young.
No.
Not familiar.
Okay.
But they did have 2 first-rounders that year.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, now next year. Oh, wow. This is
The next
double
year,
trauma.
75, a Manster, Randy White.
Yes.
Charlie Smith to the right as Jaworski looks to his right. Fumble. No pass here. The Cowboys recover. Touchdown.
Randy White came through and made the hit, and I think Hegman recovered for the touchdown.
That is correct. Randy White put the waffle.
Give me all of that. Yes.
And this one I think is interesting, Hollywood Henderson.
I would say
Yes.
yes.
Boy, what a solid draft that is. Those guys both.
And wasn't that part of that Dirty Dozen draft where they got like 12 starters?
Yeah, I think so. It may have been.
Okay.
Which kind of built the team that went on to compete against the Steelers in a couple of
Yeah.
Super Bowls.
Yeah.
In 76, Aaron Kyle.
No, I
That
remember
was a
Aaron
bad-
Kyle, but no.
bad
no.
pick.
The number 2 pick in 1977, Tony Dorsett.
Yep.
Oh,
Hall of Famer.
yes.
Yeah.
Goal line defense for the Vikings. The handoff, Dorsett up the middle. Here he goes. Cuts to his right. Going all the way. To the 30. To the 40. He's got 2 men to beat. To the 40. To the 30. To the 20. To the 10. The 5. Touchdown! Unbelievable! Tony Dorsett is in the record books. 99 yards.
All right. Then we go to a Larry Bethea.
Bethea.
Bethea?
The name sounds familiar.
Well, you're thinking of Elvin Bethea. He was a great player for the Oilers back then.
Larry Bethea, I mean, he was a guy.
Yeah. Robert Shaw.
Great in Jaws.
Oh,
Jesse was winding up the
Boy, that soliloquy about the Indianapolis was awesome.
No pick in
Yeah,
1980.
he didn't pass the physical because they found a license plate in his head.
81, Howard Richards.
No.
82, Rod Hill.
No.
All right, this one, I think, 83, in 1983, Jim Jeffcoat.
Yes, I would say yes on
I'd
that
say
one.
yeah.
Barely, but yes.
Because, I mean, he was a guy that really contributed.
He was
I
a
mean,
consistent,
yes.
solid contributor.
Yes.
Not sure if he was ever a Pro Bowler, but he was a solid.
He was not a
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever make the Ring of Honor, but solid.
Yeah. And he was never a Pro Bowler. Billy Cannon Jr.
No.
That's a famous bust,
Yeah,
right?
his dad was greatness.
Yeah. Then Kevin Brooks.
No. String of bad drafts
Michigan.
right here.
Mike Sherrod.
Terrible.
He would have been good if he hadn't blew out his leg.
He had big leg snap.
Can't even fix a Sherrod's
If
bone.
the shop teacher wasn't such a liar, he'd have been really good.
Danny
man.
Noonan, no, that was fair. No to Danny Noonan, right?
So, yeah, so that was Billy Cannon, Kevin Brooks, Mike Sherrod, Danny Noonan, 4 years in a row.
Noonan.
No.
Miss it,
Noonan is
Noonan.
fair.
Miss it.
Yeah.
Good in Caddyshack, but
1988,
Oh, now we got a good.
the playmaker, Michael Irvin.
Yes.
Yes.
Close. Yes.
Closed. 89, Troy Aikman.
Yes. Yeah, we're getting into a golden era of drafts now.
I just want to say this. There is no substitute for winning. We must win. We will win. Win is the name of the game.
Touchdown, Evan Smith. Oh, what a run by the league's MVP. James Washington. Touchdown, Cowboy.
Dallas Cowboys fans, let's get ready to rumble.
Literally parted the Red Sea.
We got a job to do, and we're going to do it, baby!
Emmitt Smith has just hit the 10,000-yard mark.
Touchdown, Cowboys! In prime time, makes a prime catch. Ken Hennings gets a postseason sack. Touchdown, Dallas. This game is over. Jim Jeffcoat with the sack of his life. Oh, man. What a throw that was from Aikman.
Yowza!
Novacek at the 2. Jimmy Jones intercepts and rolls in for a touchdown.
Please welcome Chan Gailey, the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
The Cowboys are back on top of the mountain now.
Troy Aikman's the MVP.
Absolutely brilliant. Kenny Norton makes a huge hit.
Touchdown, Emmitt Smith, 75 yards. Thank you very much.
Dallas, your Cowboys are the champions.
Diana Ross isn't the only one who used a helicopter. Murray Brown spins in the air and gets 5 more yards. Dallas, your Cowboys are still champions. Thank you very much.
We did it our way, baby. We did it. We did it. We did it.
Oh,
Wow. You always have hated Troy.
He was okay. That's just for Gary. No, he's definitely in.
Yeah.
He's no Craig Morton.
All right. Then after Emmitt Smith, Russell Maryland.
So we said
Number
yes
one
to
draft
Emmitt
pick.
Smith
Yeah.
and Russell
Yes.
Maryland.
Yeah, I would say yes to
Scheme
Russell
its
Maryland.
way.
Yeah.
So they had 2 picks that year, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Irvin, Aikman, and Emmett were 1 year after
In
that.
91, they had 3 picks.
Dang.
Russell Maryland,
Yes.
Yes.
Alvin Harper.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Boy, that.
So many big catches in playoff games.
So I almost, when you guys were talking about that, I almost brought his name up, and I didn't want to spoil. You know, Troy often talks about when he's being interviewed, it's your second or third receiver that really makes a difference. And he always brings up, Alvin Harper.
I mean,
with Michael.
He's basically Terrence Williams. I mean,
No, I
Except he came through big when it mattered most.
because I would.
We
say
don't
that-
win that San Francisco game
Right.
in '92.
all right, fair enough.
without
All
him.
right, fair
I
enough.
think
Aikman is going to throw. Deep slant. Caught. 35. Harper's breaking away. Harper's got midfield. Harper's got the 30. Harper's got the 20. Harper's got the 10-yard line.
there's a fair amount of games that we could put on the back of Alvin Harper. It's like there would not have been one if Alvin Harper couldn't have been there to pluck that ball.
So he's the Robert Ory
and
of
run.
Well, I also think
Big play out.
one of the things about the 90s Cowboys is, much like the Marvel Universe, it was all played apart.
Yeah, everything.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
hard to
Alvin
play.
Harper was Hawkeye. He's on the
No,
Avengers.
he was
Then
more
the
important than
third number 1 pick of that year, as we talk about the greatness of Jimmy, no one ever remembers his swing and misses, Kelvin Pritchett.
Oh wow, Jay's kid.
I remember
fair.
Kelvin Pritchett,
Jay
but
Pritchett.
I just remember the name. That's about
All right.
all.
He was fair.
The next year, Kevin Smith.
Pup.
Yeah.
Love his movies.
Super Bowl MVP.
Love his movies.
Kevin
was.
Smith. No, you're
No,
talking about
wait,
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. Dang it.
Yeah, Larry.
Yeah.
No, but Kevin Smith was really good until he blew out his leg.
Yeah, he blew out.
And then he
So,
just became
what
an
was
average.
I'm going to count Kevin Smith because me and Junior and Gary saw him at
Catalan's?
Was it Genghis Grill or Cowboy Chick? It was Genghis Grill one time.
Yeah,
He
I
was
think
at the
you're right.
bar, yeah.
Okay.
Pub counts.
Yeah, pub counts.
Robert Jones.
Oh man, that's a fringe
No,
one.
Now he did make the Pro Bowl.
Really?
According to this,
And
yes.
he had a couple of decent seasons too.
That's
a fringe.
I
would say he
play.
just misses.
He was a starter on a Super Bowl team too.
Okay,
he was a starter
I
on the
want to say where
95
did he
team.
play?
He was a linebacker, middle linebacker.
Yeah.
He was a middle linebacker that took
He was
over.
with Ken Norton Jr. Or
Yeah,
was
no.
that
He
Ken
took
Norton?
over for Ken Norton Jr.
He took-
when
okay.
Ken Norton Jr. left.
All right.
So
we say
it's
no?
yay or no? I say no.
I say no.
I'll go no.
I'm going to go no because I couldn't even.
I would say he's the closest. Like he's right there.
Yeah, he's on the cusp.
Yeah, 93, no pick. 94, the great Shante Carter.
Shante Carter.
And this is where the failed draft started happening.
Yes.
And also where we got really wanting to take defensive ends, pass rushing defensive ends, pretty much every draft.
Yes, every time.
And then, okay, both in 95 and 96, no pick in the first round.
So
Lots of trade downs.
3 of 4
4
years
years.
we had no first rounders. No wonder
Yeah.
we were so bad after
Right.
that.
'97, Troy's favorite player, David LaFleur from Westlake. Yes.
The next great white tight end.
And Aikman is the one that signed off on him, like you said. He pretty much forced their hand to draft him.
No, I don't think so.
No, he did. I think Aikman actually liked LaFleur.
All right. Next up in 1998, Greg Ellis.
I am going to say absolutely yes, because I think he is the most underrated player in Cowboys history. I think he gets a bad rap.
Whoa, that's a little much. Most underrated.
Underrated. I think he gets a bad rap because of the Randy Moss thing, and
which he should.
Yes.
I was going to bring that up. So.
Well, and I do think I'm gonna side with Bob. He had a very good career. I think if you had not passed on Randy Moss, you'd be very happy that he was that consistent, a strong contributor.
And he was really good the whole long time he was here. Now the last year or two he started being a whiny titty baby, but he was a good producer. He would always get about 10 sacks a year.
I would vote yes too, but there is the asterisk of we could have had Randy Moss, which I think would have prolonged a
That was a timing thing because that was right after the White House and Michael Irvin was with the Bwangu down at the courthouse.
But see, I would put Ellis like he was a consistent guy.
He's a Jim Jeffcoat.
He was a Jim Jeffcoat.
Yeah.
Perfect Jeffcoat because the guy was consistent. He played his part.
Yeah. And I mean, if you can get that many years out of a first-round draft pick and consistent, you're happy. I
mean,
they don't have to be a superstar, but they have to be good.
I'll count him. But when I think of him, I think negatively just because.
That association. If he had been drafted any other year,
and they
would
talked
be more
about
highly
that.
thought of.
Yes.
Ebenezer Ekubal.
Another spare defensive end. Pass rushing specialist that never rushed the passer.
Yes, that never could get in there to get in.
No pick in 2000.
So, scroll back up for a second. Look at this. We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 years. 5 years of the 9-year run, we had no first-round pick.
Yeah.
No wonder we were so shitty all that time.
Lots of trading down.
God, Jerry cannot do that.
Jerry's trying to outsmart himself.
Yes.
I never realized it was that many.
Yeah.
Good God.
I thought the same thing when I was doing the research. Roy Williams in 2002.
Early in his career, he was so great.
See, I think he was good for a couple of years, and then people figured out his craft.
Then he wanted to headhunt and forgot how to cover.
He was all highlight reeled up.
And Poochie was like, less praying, going to church, more tackling better.
Well, did it go south when he started having at it with non-Beyonce?
I don't know.
Yeah, he started having at it with the other Destiny's Child one. Was it Kelly
Michelle?
Rowland?
Kelly Rowland, yeah.
And after that, he did go downhill.
Yeah, so I'm going to say no. I mean, he had a really promising start, but he flamed out, man.
Yeah, and I like it because it's one of the many jerseys that Chris Buyer's Remorse on. Okay, after Roy Williams, Terrence Newman.
Yes, I would say yes.
Longevity.
Longevity,
he was
consistent.
Forever.
He was a good player for a long time.
Okay.
And getting back to Roy Williams, he actually had a rule written for him.
Yeah, the Roy Williams.
Oh, yes.
Horse collar, that's true.
All right, 2004, another no pick.
More trade down.
Yeah.
But that's. Oh, I was going to say that. I thought that was the last no pick, but I noticed there was one more there.
Yes.
So
then the next year, you had 2 number 1 draft picks. You got DeMarcus Ware and Marcus Spears.
DeMarcus Ware, definitely yes. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
3 sacked. And this one is over. Recovered by Ratliff.
Guess who?
DeMarcus Ware.
Lucky guess. He brought his A game with a bad neck. And that will end the undefeated quest for perfection.
Spears.
He is very borderline. He's kind of like Robert Jones to me. He's right.
I think he's less than Robert. At least Robert Jones won a Super Bowl.
I'm going to say no on Spears.
Yeah, being from LSU, he always was really, when they interviewed him on the ticket, he seemed like a good guy.
He may have been.
but it hurts that he was on that first round. So I agree. All right, here's one we have no doubt about. Bobby Carpenter.
Oh.
How?
Parcells.
What was he thinking?
Parcells
Yeah, that was a
that.
Parcells.
Because he was buddy with his dad played for Parcells, so it was like he had to do it.
Anthony Spencer.
Yes, I know. Junior's gonna say no because Junior's nickname for him was No Cigar. Because he always came really close to it.
But no cigar. He may have led the entire NFL in rushing the quarterback without getting the sack. I'm sure there's a stat for that. Quarterback pressure, right?
Quarterback pressure.
He may have led the league in quarterback pressures, but he would have been bottom half of the league in actual sacks.
So he was a Pro Bowl player.
That was my next question. Was he a Pro Bowl?
He had a couple of seasons, I think, where he got double digits.
The thing about him is, did he benefit by playing alongside Ware? Did Ware open up more opportunities?
Yeah,
for
and
him?
did he take full advantage of it?
Yeah, man.
Was he only 1 year Pro Bowler?
No, so after he left the Cowboys, I don't even remember if he went to another team. He may have retired.
So I would vote no.
I would vote no, too.
I'd have to say yes on it, because I know what kind of pressure he put.
Yeah, I want to say yes, but I'm so borderline on it. I'll give in with the no.
All right. Felix Jones.
He's the offensive Roy Williams.
Yeah, very flash in the pan. Had a great rookie season, especially returning kicks. But
I say no.
He got out of shape, and then just everything went downhill.
Gotta go thumbs down to Felix the Scat.
And it's going to be a lot harder for these particular picks to get in because there's no Super Bowls tied to any of them.
Right.
And hardly any playoff wins.
And you guys will have to tell me when we reach the point, because this is up to date. And we may say too soon. So after Felix Jones, Mike Jenkins.
The Cowboy Chicken. Now, what's funny about this is Poochie related, because Poochie hates Orlando Scandrick, but it's because he got him confused with Mike Jenkins.
Yes.
And he won't recant
No,
now,
he will not.
So he just sticks with the calling Orlando Scandrick trash.
Yes, he does. and to this day, when it's Sunday night and he had Chris over the house, do you want me to take out the Scandrick?
So the reason he's called Cowboy Chicken is because he was notorious for pulling a Deion Sanders and making business decisions.
making the miss.
The Olay. There was one goal line play against New York that he just absolutely bailed. He could have made.
He pretty much ran the opposite direction.
Yes.
So 2009, believe it or not, no pick.
Trade down.
Fast.
So we had out of 19 years, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 19 years where there was no pick.
Terrible.
That's over a third.
How many of those? Those are all Jerry?
Yeah. 2010, Des Bryant.
Stay hard, Des.
So Des just left the team.
Yeah.
Jerry pretty much fired him. Didn't even offer him a pay cut.
Yes.
But it was justified. He needed to go. It was his time to go. He's been washed up now, I would say, for the last 2 years.
Right.
Not worth the contract that he
That being said, though, he's definitely a yes.
Yes, because
I
he
agree,
had had at least, I would say, 4 or 5 really good
he
teams.
had
And I am
really great productive
like
years.
someone talked about that they on YouTube you can watch Romo and Dez just touchdown after touchdown, and you go
Highlight reels are always
highlight
great.
reels, and it's like, how did these two never win?
Field goal try from this spot. Fourth down and 2. Here's one down the sideline. Pass caught by Des Bryant. They're going to mark him inside the 1. And a brilliant catch by number 88. That was up for grabs, and Des Bryant went up and grabbed it. Well, Sam Shields is in a great position to make a play, but he's 5'11". He goes up, but he's just not able to contend with the 6'2" Des Bryant. You see how high he gets to go up and make a play. I haven't seen anybody go up and make plays on balls in the air the way that Des Bryant has. Wow.
All right, Tyron Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, we'll trade.
Even though His injuries these last couple of years have got me worried that he's not going to see the end of his contract.
He's going to have the external mechanical bad.
Morris
Claiborne?
No. And he was considered a bust for a really long time.
Another LSU guy that has disappointed.
Now, his last season with us before he left, he had a pretty decent year. But every year before that, injury problems, spare coverage.
Yeah.
I think he was considered a bust for a long time.
Travis Frederick?
Yes.
Okay. Zach Martin?
Yes. Pro Bowls already.
Oh, heck.
Yeah. And by the way, this was not a plan by the Cowboys. They all talk about, they planned, they drafted. No, this was just, they ran into it. All right.
Are these
2015 Byron Jones?
Not yet.
No. The jury's out. Right now, I would say
right
no.
Right now, no. But he still could turn it around.
Hey, I haven't seen anything that just makes me go, this is a sparkle. This is great. This is something that's really going to be a light at the end of this tunnel. It's just, he's a guy.
Yeah. Now, part of it is because they keep bouncing him back and forth between corner and safety.
Right.
So maybe.
But how much of that is on him for not standing out at one or the other?
Yeah,
that's a point.
If he was showing himself to be a really good safety, I'm sure they wouldn't be moving him. I think they're trying to figure out what he does best because he's not excelling at anything.
All right, Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes.
Early. So I'm worried.
Yes, another one that not because of injuries, but because he can't stop pulling people's tops off.
Yeah.
Well, look out that window.
Very nice.
Or look at the seat next to you.
It's Elliott. Elliott for the touchdown. No flags. Cowboys lead. 9 seconds left. The All-Pro left tackle, Tyron Smith, and then Gavin Escobar. He makes the block. You see the lane right there, and it's good night, Irene.
And then Taco just
period.
too soon.
Too soon, but I liked some of what I saw last year.
Yeah, he started to come on in the latter part of last year, so
he could be a Greg Ellis in the making.
See, where I was disappointed
like
with Taco last year.
More like an Anthony Spencer.
Yeah, he's more of a Spencer.
I was expecting him to light it up, and it just always seemed to be just okay. But yeah, you're right. That was way too soon.
The end of the season, he was starting to come on a little bit.
Now they may end up needing him more if this whole David Irving thing ends up going south.
Although she's already recanted her story.
Yeah, but did that matter with Zeke? Goodell still, he's got extra.
Plus, David Irving has already been suspended before for drugs, so they're probably just looking for an excuse.
And didn't she say there was videotape out there?
Could be.
The league could find that.
Yeah, TMZ is going to have that probably pretty soon.
I know that other teams have bad people, but it just seems like we adopt them.
I remember back when the whole thing with the White House was blowing up, and people say, "Oh, Cowboys have all these bad players." I think it was Spagnuolo that went and started doing a little digging, and he said, "Okay, here's how many players you might say are bad players on the Cowboys," and he compared it to the Steelers, and the Steelers had twice as many guys that have been in jail, kicked out, like this. He said, but nobody talks about them, but everybody talks about
a lot
the
of it's the spotlights
right
on the Cowboys.
That and winning clears up a lot of blemishes.
Yes, it does. Yes.
If we had the Steelers' track record for the last 18 years or whatever, people would kind of excuse a lot of the bad behavior.
So obviously, since they gave him a Etch-a-Sketch and said, "Here's your iPad, Jerry," because they've been seeing better. Because since 2010, we're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of this last from 2010.
Have been pretty good. So that's what I was going to say. So who has been in charge of these last 8 years of drafts.
Will McClay.
Will McClay. These haven't been Jeff
Him-
Ireland.
No, it's been Will McClay and Steven have been running the show.
Not Lacey. Remembering
No,
Lacey.
not remembering Lacey. Not the late great Gil Brandt.
See, and I'm still not sold on Stephen Jones. I still am not sold that this guy is a real football guy. I mean, there's just something. He sounds like another businessman to me, like Jerry.
He's more interested in making money than making good business and good football
Good
decisions.
football. That's how it feels to me. Now I could be easily proved wrong when Jerry is gone, whenever that is. But I don't know. Stephen just still seems like just a business guy.
So when you add it all up, 26.
Nice.
Ooh.
So when you do that is a 48%. So about half.
I wonder how that compares to.
Yeah,
the rest
I
of
was
the
going to
league.
say the same thing. I wonder
That
how
would
the rest
be-
of the league does.
You know,
Because we had some really hot streaks.
And
at
lately,
certain
we're
points.
doing pretty well lately, too.
Yeah, they need, this weekend or last weekend, as this will come out after the draft, and
No, we got to get it up immediately.
okay, all right. Aikman was on one of the podcasts, and he talked about, he's doing quarterbacks for Fox, and they at first wanted to help with the round. He was like, I don't have any time. And then they finally said, okay, how about just the quarterbacks? And so he talked about that. He said that, you never know if someone's going to be a hit, but you have to, when you have the chance to take something, you have to just kind of hope for the best. So we'll see.
Baker
I know.
Mayfield's going to make a lot of money.
Why do you hate Troy?
I don't hate Troy.
Yes, you do.
For the amount of Super Bowls he's given us, I would think you would treat him with a little bit more respect than you do.
I like Aikman. He's fine.
But
Fine.
To you, it's Staubach, then Aikman, Romo, and then Aikman.
I think
No Danny White?
We've had this argument before, and Gary hates it. I think Romo was a better quarterback than Aikman. Aikman's a better leader. Aikman was a better, field general, whatever. But I think Romo was better, just pure quarterback.
Romo was a miracle.
It was a miracle, wasn't it?
He almost never got in, and he almost got.
Yeah.
How many Cabo trips did Aikman have during?
Okay, well, see, that's why he's a better leader. Okay?
All right.
So since the draft is coming up, does anybody want to make any predictions about what the Cowboys will take on Friday? It could be another trade down. We have no idea. Me personally, I'm thinking receiver. I know everybody says there's no good receivers in this draft. I'm thinking they're going to take a receiver. I think they're going to reach to try and replace Dez.
I think that is a really good guess, and I'm picturing that, on Friday morning there'll be a C under the Cowboys. I think they're going to feel that pressure versus I think they'd be better served getting a defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
They could definitely use a defensive tackle, defensive end, somebody to make sure that Irving's absence is not too.
So I would like to see that.
If Ridley or Moore is still there when they pick, they'll pick them. But if not, they'll take a receiver in the second or third round and go defense on that first pick.
Yeah,
I'm thinking defense as well. I keep thinking that there's been too many holes in the defense for them not to look at it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that their receiver core is passable. It may not be excellent, but I think it's passable. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But I do think that the receiver core is good, and I think that you pull Dez out of the mix. I can see these other guys stepping up.
Yeah, I don't know how good they're going to be, and that's for another discussion.
Where's Allen Harper?
I do feel like I want it because that way they'll focus on running the ball and running the ball strong, and then just I know that Witten has said no tight end you draft is going to be better than what I am right now. Okay, thank you, old man. But I think they've got enough in there, and I'm worried if they get a new receiver, they're going to want to play with that toy.
Yeah.
And versus just grinding it out, doing the identity.
I think if you don't get somebody that will threaten the defense long, they're going to stack the line, and Zeke is not going to be effective.
You guys, is it too early for predictions for season record? The schedule just came out.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
I mean, what they do in this draft will determine a lot of what I think how the season will go.
I think there's several things in their favor on the schedule. First off, the bye week's right in the middle of the season.
Yeah, that
usually
is a
they
good
get it
bye
at a
week.
weird time. Then the first half of the season, they don't have any consecutive road games. It's road, home, road, home, road, home, road, home. And then they've got real easy teams in December, at least based on last year. You never know how that's going to change.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I'm going to say, even before the draft, I'm going 11-5. I think Zeke's
just based on the schedule.
I think Zeke's going to play the whole year. I think Dez being gone is going to be more of a positive than a negative because of the disruption factor. Dak not having to try to force it to him all the time. They got guys that can run routes. Hearns is an excellent route runner. Dez is a terrible route runner.
But Hearns is coming off of a major injury.
He'll be fine. He's not a speed burner anymore. But I just think in Dak, Dak's ultimately the big question mark, right? So is he the really, really good quarterback we saw the first year he was there and the first half of last season, or is he going to spare it up like he did the last half of last season?
And that's been a big question for me. Is just what is Dak? What is this guy really a quarterback, or did we just see, a mirage that first year?
I go back to that playoff game against the Packers. The Cowboys were getting their doors blown, man, that first half. I mean, that game was over. And that effing rookie put the team on his shoulders and brought them back. They damn near won that game. They
probably should have.
And it
took a miracle catch on the sideline.
And it was almost all Dak that did that.
Right.
And it's like, dude, if you're a rookie and you can do that against Aaron Rodgers, you got something.
Oh, I agree. But look at what happened last year.
Yeah.
Was it a meltdown or was that, that around him
that Atlanta game effed him up. All those sacks, getting sacked 8 times, 6 times by the same guy, jailbreak. I think that messed with his head. But I think he'll be all right.
So 2 years ago, that freshman season for both of them, when they were playing poorly, Chris had a theory that Zach and Dee, they called each other and said, "F these old people, let's do this ourselves." And he says, all of a sudden they came around and they had that 7 or 8 game winning streak. I'm going to hope that again. I think, Dak and Zeke are going to sit there and go, screw this. Everyone's doubting us now because we had a bad year last year. Let's go out and make things happen.
I hope so.
Yeah, I do too.
If they don't succeed, it's because the coaching's dragging them down.
Yeah, and I know I want to love Jason Garrett, because he's a Bruce fan. Is he a Bruce fan?
Oh.
Yes.
He's all jerseyed up.
Yeah.
Makes me hate him more.
Well, it's Linehan is the main problem.
Yeah.
As our buddy Gary would attest to. The play calling, it's just so terrible.
Abominable.
So yeah, as of right now, 4-12. If everything breaks right for the Cowboys.
Dang it!
All right, I'm actually gonna say I'm gonna do 11-5 as well.
See, I'm thinking 10-6 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll revisit this when it gets closer to the season, maybe during preseason.
But for now, we've got other subjects to talk about. So I am Jesse Jackson. You can reach me at Jesse Jackson DFW on Twitter.
Junior, Mexican_Junior on Twitter. Remember, you can always email the podcast email too. howmanypodcast@gmail.com.
Have we gotten any emails?
No.
Have we got any listeners?
Should I send a test email? Make sure
send a courtesy email.
Scott_Matula at Twitter.
All right.
Oh, and Bob at Lukewarm Tallboy.
Interesting.
Yeah, funny
how'd you come
story.
up with that one?
Well, you
Yeah. All right. So for now, unless you're a Philly fan, we hope your draft goes well.
Or a Washington fan or a Giants fan.
Yes. But thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon.